Greetings, just coming on here again to let you guys know that we're doing a class March 12th, 2022 at 12 p.m. Central Time. I believe that constitutes 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. One of the things that we're going to cover is something that Mr. Anonymous brought to my attention years ago: theft by way of false promise and also honest services fraud. Theft by false promise. Theft is misappropriation of property. All thieves use a technique to neutralize the owner's privilege to prevent an unwanted appropriation. If an owner is aware of an appropriation and conscious that he does not want it, violence or intimidation is usually necessary to effect appropriation. And the aggravated form of theft, known as robbery or extortion, results. Now, during the human trafficking, RICO racketeering scheme, the trafficking of persons and the trafficking of children and the trafficking of our elders that is being exhibited by government officials for the benefit of federal funding, which is a voluntary program, ladies and gentlemen, you have an action. You have recourse. But instead of spending the next 5 to 10 years gaining the knowledge that I have gained in order to stand your ground in a federal court, it may be very beneficial for you to take this course and learn how to liquidate their bonds, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to change America, you want to change the course of government, they'll often tell you to petition the government, to petition the Senate, to petition by way of remonstrance, to petition the congressman, okay? But that, in fact, doesn't change anything for you guys. You want to know what's going to change it? My grandfather always told me, follow the money. And I'm telling you right now, you want to hit them where it counts. You want them to change their behavior. You want to remove bad actors from office. The way you do it is liquidating their bonds. This could even be done on the President of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. This could be done on any agent and agency that has sworn an oath to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of your state, as well as to protect, enforce, and defend the United States Constitution, ladies and gentlemen. When you take the time, you can prove the cooperative agreements that they're entering into in order to orchestrate these artifices and schemes for federal funding to unjustly enrich their principal, ladies and gentlemen. When you can prove this, the insurance company will sit down at the table with you, liquidating their bond, and say, all right, what do we got to do to make you whole? What do we got to do? What's the number? Give us the magic number so we can write the check to get you out of our hair. And then we need you to sign a non-disclosure form or another form that says that you won't bring suit against our principal. Okay? That's the only thing they care about is the money. If you'll notice, when the government acts outside of its authority and joins into joint business ventures for profit, they're demoted to the capacity of a mere corporation and can sue and be sued. The agents and agencies, trustees, managers, employees are all operating outside their scope of authority if they took an oath of office. Okay, and you can prove it, and you can prove that the board is entering into contract with the federal government and the state for federal funding, which proves that it's for financial gains on behalf of their principal, which does in fact benefit them and is a conflict of interest because they get paid through the Treasury for which the programs are benefiting, ladies and gentlemen. The state Treasury pays their pension. It also pays their paycheck, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the importance of this class coming up on March 12th, 2022, 12 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for your time. Share this with your friends and your family. This is just something else that we're going to go through. There's also theft by taking, theft by false promise, honest services fraud. I'm going to show you guys the ring, the ropes, and the rules you can use to hold their surety accountable for liquidating their bonds. Once their bonds are liquidated, once their bonds have been dinged, ladies and gentlemen, they cannot hold public office any longer. You want to get rid of corruption. You want to get rid of your bad actors. This is the way you do it without spending 10 to 15 years in a federal court trying to explain your juxtaposition and getting these cretins to agree with you. All right. So I look forward to seeing you. The information is posted above. Please follow directions. You will make my life so easy if you just follow the directions. Include your email address when you donate and what the class is for, okay? Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you guys. This is going to pertain to liquidating their bonds, making a claim against their bonds. I don't care if it's child support enforcement, child adoption program. I don't care if it's for a court case, a judge, a magistrate, a chief bailiff, the sheriff. It does not matter. If you can prove the contract that they're in violation of, if you can prove that they have breached the trust and they're operating in bad faith, you can bring a claim against their surety bond and you can liquidate that, and they no longer will be able to be gainfully employed by the government. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we effect change within our communities. Remember, you're not going to change Washington, D.C., but you do have the ability to help your fellow families, constituents, and members of your community locally by removing bad actors, by making a claim against their bonds. There's surety bonds, there's good faith bonds, there's fidelity bonds, all kinds of bonds. And we're going to show you how you can find in the statute where they are obligated to have a bond in place before they take their oath of office, okay? And that if they haven't taken that oath of office, they haven't taken the proper bond, they didn't follow procedure, which most often, from my due diligence, they do not, then they're personally liable. And we're going to show you how you go after them personally with a 433A and a 433B and take them into involuntary bankruptcy and liquidate their assets. If they made a living by conning the American people, by breaching their oath of office, by breaching the trust, and they live a nice, comfortable life where they put their head on a nice, clean pillow every night, all because they unjustly enrich themselves by extorting the American people through way of false promise, ladies and gentlemen, they shall have nothing, no rewards for which they reaped by conning the American people. So I look forward to seeing you in class, and we'll talk very soon. Thank you very much.